Imagine, you're sitting on the bus home from work as a sense of dread constricts your chest. You need to feed your kids, but your next check doesn't come for another week. Your body aches for rest with every step, but as you reach your front door, you see the note and your heart sinks. If you don't come up with the money for rent in 5 days, you're getting sued. If you lose that suit, you and your family will be homeless. That's a reality that millions face every year. In an America of steeply rising rents, stagnant wages, and historic levels of homelessness, housing protection is more important than ever. Everyone facing eviction in the US has a right to due process in court, but what you might not know is that an eviction is filed in small claims court. This means that, unlike in a criminal trial, if you can't afford a private attorney to defend you, you won't be appointed a public defender. There are a number of cases in which an eviction is considered wrongful in the eyes of the law, like attempting to evict without prior notice, or evicting in retaliation to complaints about unsafe conditions, among others. These situations still reach the courts, and because laws in many states skew in favor of landlords, this means that they often still put people on the street. When a tenant is evicted in a situation like this simply because they can't afford to have a lawyer argue that the eviction is wrongful, that's a gross and inhumane miscarriage of justice. We need to be providing publicly funded legal counsel for people facing eviction. Now, you might be asking, but that policy makes the process of evicting people more costly and complicated for landlords. Won't somebody think of the landlords? Oh no, it's harder for me to make homeless people. Oh, but landlords actually provide housing to people. Oh, kind of like how the big pharma industry provides generously insulin for all those greedy diabetics. I tried to commodify a basic necessity. I'm the victim. Now, what if somebody is being legally evicted, or they need to be evicted? And while, yes, evictions are necessary in cases of violence or criminal activity, in reality, the majority are simply people under financial distress who can't afford a lawyer, people who have kids, or medical debt. It's people who are disabled, elderly, or taking care of family members who are. In 2019, I volunteered with a nonprofit org called the Eviction Defense Project in the Milwaukee courthouse. It operates by having lawyers volunteer their time to provide free legal aid for people facing evictions. It was the first of its kind. In almost every case where an EDP attorney was present, an eviction didn't happen. Without those lawyers, the majority of those people would have become homeless that day. While a number of other cities have since opened their own free eviction defense services, the one in Milwaukee only has the resources to see around 5 cases a day, and every morning they'd have to turn away an entire line of people at the door. Those lawyers should be paid, and that service should be provided in every courthouse in America. Would that require a lot of government funding? Yeah, but if we can afford to provide attorneys for every criminal case in America, which is a good thing, we can afford to open public defense up to evictions as well. We just gotta stop buying Starbucks and eating avocado toast and bombing school buses in Jordan. Even though you may not be at risk of homelessness right now, the fact of the matter is someone working full-time at minimum wage will not be able to afford rent in any US city today. The problem only seems to be getting worse. If we don't enact policy to protect all tenants, it's something that could come back to haunt us all in the future.